Going 13-4.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, and I'm already messing the live to start, but we're here. We're live. We're back. You already know. Murph, little vacation for him. You know how to relax, how to take in a few Yankee wins, maybe a loss here and there, but we'll get into that today. Murph, how you doing? How you feeling after your nice little vacay?
Dude, I'm feeling good. Feeling great. A little vacay down in Florida. See fam. It was a good time.
How you feeling about Yankee baseball right now?
Um, Good. I can't do. It's tough to say anything other than good or great because we have the best record in baseball still. We're elite. We're miles ahead of the competition, the division, which is crazy because right now we have 4 teams making it out of the division into playoffs, and the Orioles are only 8 games out of a wild card.
Dude,
Like, that's
they had a
crazy.
winning month for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
They
They're
look good.
only 8 games. Like, next year, if they spend money this offseason, man, they could be a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They are pitching
yep.
and one more of their prospects panning out.
Yeah, I'd say either a
Away
prospect or
from
maybe still signing a star.
yeah,
That could be something they could do. I don't know who would want to go there though.
because I don't know about you if you've seen anything on them, but they had I want to say Cowser, one of their shortstop prospects, Mayo, and I want to say 2 more got promoted within the first 2 months of the season, 3 months of the season, which is pretty good. And they're all, I think they have like either the second most or first. No, because never mind. That's evenly distributed. But they have a ton of guys in the top 100. And
Yeah.
again, it's just I would say their time of tanking kind of panned out. But then again, they're having a ton of guys pan out.
Yeah, they got a ton of young talent there. So be on the lookout for them in the upcoming years. I think most of those guys are turning into decent ball players. And we'll see, man. I agree with what you said, though. I think pitching, which is why they scooted that damn wall back 100 feet or whatever.
And it has really helped them to be. We've seen the residual effects. We've seen it against the Yankees, but again, they've limited the long ball at home now because of that. Because they got that wall in right and they got that in left. Imagine they move it in once they sign like Juan Soto, even though he's a lefty.
They moved left field in closer to be like Yankee Stadium. They're like, all right, we'll take mile long left field and have right field in.
It's just a safety hazard, in my opinion. At this
Yeah, I don't like it at all, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, Murph. Game 1 of the doubleheader. We have our Friday night game rained out, kind of needed. Boys looking a little sluggish, but they came out this game 1. Cole versus McCarthy. Cole does his job, 6 innings, 2 earned, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Again, we see the long ball kill him, as it has always killed him in his career with the Yankees. But I'm proud of his start. It's a pretty good one against a kind of a heavy hitting Cleveland Guardian team. Sorry, I have to get that correct.
Yeah, some of the numbers don't show, but like these guys are tough to get out. Like Quan's a tough at bat. Like
pesky.
He's pesky, man. He doesn't strike out a lot. Rosario's having a really good year after getting traded from the Mets. Ramirez, he's on an MVP tear. He looks like he might win the starting job at third base. Naylor, he's always been a pain. Jimenez, another guy traded from the Mets in that Mets deal. So far, Guardians, they win the trade? Question mark?
Yep.
I mean, dude, 2 young controllable guys who both can switch and play shortstop and second. Both hitting really consistent. Yeah, I mean, right now they're looking pretty with that trade.
Who did they get? Oh,
the Mets got Lindor.
That was a trade. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a trade and sign. Trade and sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep
they
on
traded and then extended him.
What?
They traded and then immediately extended him.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting we do that kind of thing. That teams do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we did see the likes of Aroldis Chapman return in this game, and he didn't miss a beat. Refreshed and ready for action yet again for the Bombers. and he goes 0. He doesn't even get a recording out. He goes
He doesn't
0
record
innings,
it out.
3 walks, 2 earned runs. Marinacci has to come in and clean up his shit box of an outing, which again, I think he battles back and has a good one again in Pittsburgh, but everyone had a good one in Pittsburgh besides Jameson Taillon.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Chapman. I saw the video of him. He didn't even let Boone come to the mound. He walked off the mound.
That's just a guy who's just like, I just don't have it, plain and simple. But hey, at least he didn't try to fight it. I mean, he came off the mound immediately. He's like, dude, I just don't got it. It is what it is. First game off the IL. And yeah, Ron, I mean, he does a good job for what it's worth, coming in and just limiting the damage. Only 2 runs, all things considered. And then, the rest of the bullpen was fine. Weber making a reappearance and disappearance right after the game again.
He better.
Yeah, he got the inning, and then they told him to bounce. And it's unfortunate for him, but hey, it's going to happen. We got a pretty stacked bullpen in terms of like mixture of young guns and vets who can't go anywhere.
And we got guys on the way back.
Yeah, we still got Loizaga. We still got Herman. Now Ron's got to come back from a 15-day.
Little dead arm for him. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, he should be fine. He's young. And his arm motion allows it. You shouldn't be really scared because he throws more from like the side, right? It's not necessarily sidearm, but like it's more here-ish.
Like 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. And that's normally like you're not really messing with Tommy John too much from the 3/4. It's more like guys who come straight up the top. That's where you're going to get a lot of torque on that elbow and shoulder.
He's free and easy too, Marinaccio. It doesn't look like a straining motion. And he's very simple, compact delivery. So
so he should be fine. Hopefully he comes back 15 days. He'll be fine. Well rested, if anything. So yeah, hopefully he has a speedy recovery. But the boys take care of business in a big way. 13th spot on their heads. The boys throttled the Guardians. And pretty much everybody showed up to play. LeMahieu 2 for 4, 3 runs. Judgy 1 for 3. He homered this game, right? If I'm not mistaken. Did he? No,
Judgy.
No, he did not. He did not. But LeMahieu homered. Carpenter homered twice. Trevino homered. Huge stuff. Carpenter had himself a day.
Yep.
And this was did he play outfield this game? No,
he played first base this game.
He played first base. He goes 3 for 5.
I like
ribbies. Yeah, dude. I love Carpenter, man. I got no complaints with him. Unfortunately, Stan goes 0 for 5 on the day. So actually, he's in a bit of a rut, dude. He started off the season red hot with Judge. He and Judge were going back and forth who could be the hotter hand. And unfortunately, Judgy is prevailing as Stan has stumbled mightily. But as of right now, he's going to go to the All-Star game, man, which is crazy.
Yeah. Again, fan voting, like, go do your thing. But, like, I just hope he doesn't play, Like,
he might start.
Man.
The way the voting's going, he might start. It might
over
be
Alvarez too, right?
Yeah, over Alvarez, over Ward, over probably a bunch of other guys.
I mean, Ward's cooled down a lot. We haven't heard his name a lot, but again, he does for what he did those first 2.5 months. He just should be in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2.5 months, we were thinking it's him and Trout for MVP, right? And the Judge might be lucky to come third. And it's still like really tight at the top. So hopefully Judgy can kind of pick it back up because that boy Devers
picking it up.
A monster. Ramirez a monster. There's some dogs in the AL, man.
We got a lot of dogs in the AL. The NL seems a little bit sluggish in performance. At least I see 2 guys. I see Paul Goldschmidt. I see Alonso.
Yeah.
And
Manny when he was healthy.
Manny when he was
Harper,
healthy.
Harper when he was healthy was also a dog, man. Harper was playing out of his mind, and he's doing the team thing.
Like crap, man.
Yeah. He's playing really bad, especially for a guy who turned down almost $500 million.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Unexplainable,
but hey, he is in a way kind of screwing the Yankees as well, because if he's turning down that money, Judgy's like, listen, dude, I'm playing way better than this kid. Like, yes, he's younger, so he's going to get more money at the end of the day, but Judgy's not going to be like, If Juan Soto ends up getting 42 mil, Judge probably going to end up around 40, 39.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that far behind.
The only reason why I would say that they would maybe, either match it or go a little bit lower is the age. And
yeah, the age
I
is the only
think
thing that holds
it.
him back, for sure.
Yeah. I think Judge then realizes, like, it's age. I can't ask for this kind of money, but I can maybe match it. I can't ask for above. Maybe
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think Judge is going to sign for a 7-year deal, and it's going to be pretty heavily incentivized, would be my guess.
Oh, yeah. And he will reach those incentives.
Yeah, he will reach, I think at the end of the year, you probably sit around 42 mil with incentives.
Oh, yeah. And I think he'll take that.
Yeah.
So we talk about, in game one at least, Andujar coming right up out of the gate and delivering. I think it was like the first, no, not the first inning, first few innings, delivering right out of the gate, man. And right back down to the AAA.
Yeah, dude, it's just terrible. I mean, if you're looking at the most recent games, Hicks has been performing better, right? And Gallo, to an extent, has been performing better, but still, man, I just feel so bad for this dude, Andujar. He deserves to be starting consistently in the MLB. He's an MLB hitter for sure. I don't think there's any doubt. It's weird to me that his trade value is still pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
As a team, I'd be foaming at the mouth to get a guy like this. Just like an aggressive hitter who wants to succeed, wants to be starting, and he proves he can. He was second in Rookie of the Year. The only reason he's in the position he's in is because of injury. That one injury. Otherwise, he probably would still be our starting third baseman if you really look at it.
It's just, again, the one awkward – it was slide, right?
It was a head first dive, and I think he just destroyed his arm.
Jammed his shoulder.
Yeah. I think it was that, but I think he was also battling that injury before, and I think he re-injured it on that slide.
Yeah. Should have won the Rookie of the Year, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yankees win 13 for standout player of the game, Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, Matt Carpenter 3 for 5, 4 ribbies,
2 nookies,
2 absolute bombs. I mean, dude, you can't complain, man. You got a guy like that coming off the bench, knocking consistent ABs, and he's still doing damage when he can. It's impressive to see.
Make it look easy, too.
Yeah, you're almost surprised when he doesn't produce. You're almost like, what?
Yeah. Donaldson somewhat heating up, so I'll take the mixed playing time, but I don't know how long Donaldson's going to be able to, keep up his little bit of streak of games with
I hope till the end of the season, Andrew. I hope until next year. That's what I hope for, man.
Earn your money, please.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers for our team offensively, and they just don't look aesthetically pleasing, especially the averages, comparatively to other top teams. It's weird when you see the numbers stacked up. If you were comparing us offensively to the Dodgers, I think on paper we match up, but then you look at the averages and you're just like, what's happening here?
Yeah, and again, it's not like we've been playing horrible lately.
No.
We've been scoring runs, but you look at the Yankee lineup, you see LeMahieu, you see Judge, you see Rizzo's, a full stat line, not just the batting average. And you see, I want to say, Trevino and Stanton. And you say, okay, I see how the team got to this point, but what's going on now, and how are we still winning games?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I think the OPS kind of speaks for it, with those numbers. But yeah, then you look at guys who like Aaron Hicks, who's still 637, and a Gallo who's 606. Those are below league average OPSs, and it's kind of a miracle we're in the position we are. But hey, the boys, the boys take care of business. They throttle the Guardians, like I said. They just it's especially surprising for us because it's a doubleheader. First game, doubleheader, day game.
Day-night
doubleheader. Kind of 50-50 for the boys.
Yeah. I was very worried, the Yankees went 13-4. Very worried going into game 2 just because so late to doubleheader. I don't care who's on the mound. It's a Yankee doubleheader. We have Cortez, and I think he returned to form this game. 6 innings,
Yeah.
3 hits, 1 earned, 6 Ks. He K'd Jose Ramirez 3 times.
Yeah, he was vicious on the mound today. He's aggressive, back to his aggressive self, not afraid to face anybody. 7th win of the year. I mean, he handles business, man, and the offense picks him up too. And they put up a little bit of runs in the 4th, at least give us, the lead for the most part, and give him the opportunity for the win. He gives us, like you said, 6 strong innings, and then King comes in relief. My King, does his ting. 2 really good innings, 3 Ks, 2 hits, 1 walk. Then Wandy comes in, he does his ting, 2 hits though. He gets 1 out, and then Clay Holmes, automatic, comes in, shuts the door. 15th save of the season.
.49 ERA. I think kind of safe to say that Chapman, for a while at least, won't be taking that back. Because, again, there were talks of, splitting time, but
why? I ain't splitting shit, man. I ain't splitting shit. No reason to.
Hell of a game by Cortez, though. Much needed.
Yep. And offensively, yeah, the guys continue what they did in game 1. 6 runs off of 7 hits. Rizzo 2 for 4 with 2 runs. He ends up homering in the 4th off of Savall. Sten homers. Big homer for Sten in the 4th. They go back to back. And then Sten ends up going 2 for 4 that game. Donaldson 1 for 4. And Duhart produces. He scores. Gallo gets a hit. He scores. And IKF, he gets an RBI, right?
A little bit of unsung hero.
Yeah, he gets an RBI. Yep. So, yeah, boys do a job. They take care of business. They get a win against a pretty okay Guardians team. Not good, not bad. But yeah, they do a job, man.
You put the Guardians in the AL East, and I don't think they have this record because I think Jose Ramirez can only carry a team so well. Because, again, standout pitching in the AL Central is really not that. It's few and far between.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, you got guys like Giolito who's struggling a lot this season. Lance Lynn's not necessarily having a lights-out season. I think Kopech. Did Kopech fall? I feel like he hasn't been doing nearly as good as he started off.
Well, I've been seeing like once a week I remember when we faced him, like before that, we were seeing like a highlight a week from him. Every stop he had some sort of either standout performance and now he's kind of under the radar again, flying out of the stats. And it's just the Guardians don't have the pitching per se to match the White Sox. But I think offensive wise, they're kind of on the same plane because the White Sox have had a really bad stretch here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been an interesting team, a team that I'm, again, surprised hasn't made a firing of Tony.
They got rid of Yerman. Did you see what happened with Yerman Mercedes?
No, I didn't.
They released him, the White Sox, and then he was at home and he got picked up by the Giants and he started spraying champagne over his head, and then he proceeded to play for the Giants. I think that next week. But again, like killing a young kid's talent, but again, he's really not that young. He was supposed to be really good, and then he just kind of rotted in the minor leagues with the White Sox.
Yeah, it's just that weird, like he was their hottest hitter, and then randomly they benched him and then sent him down. Like that was.
It all started with Tony, though.
Yeah, Tony just getting on him. I don't even remember the reason. Do you remember the reason why?
He
didn't hustle.
3-0 on a pitcher, on a position player pitching, and he hit the ball like 800 feet, and he watched it, and then he benched him for the next week.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And then from then on, he kind of sucked. But whatever. Screw you, Tony. Just fire him. Again, I think without him, I think they're running away with the division and even surpassing the Twins. They have a good team, the White Sox. In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, man. They got all the talent in the world. They just need, I don't know, they need something.
Yeah.
Maybe a little change of managerial will help.
Yes, sir. Well, Yankees win 6-1. Game 3, Murph. Real quick one. Jordan Montgomery start day. The boys, I think, forgot their equipment at the hotel. The game didn't happen. It was off the air. I didn't see the game. I couldn't see anything, actually. I just saw the Guardians were on the field, like, playing, and that was it. I didn't know who they were playing against. The Yankees weren't there.
Yeah, the Yankees offense for damn sure was not there. They only get one hit. They had 2 errors. None other than IKF and his tandem, Gleyber Torres. Yeah, other than those two, I mean, I totally didn't even know Sears was pitching, by the way. I had no idea Sears pitched this game. He went 2 2/3. He gave up 3 hits, 1 run, had 1 strikeout. 0.59 ERA. That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Abreu slams the door, I guess. He gets 1 out, man. Who cares?
He's great start for Monty.
Yeah, great start. Give Monty gas. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 8 Ks, 3.19 ERA. I mean, dude, you can't complain. This is a very good quality start. If I'm Monty, I probably asked to get, hey, don't even pitch me in the 4th the way these guys are hitting the ball right now. He's fuming, man. He looks at the day before. He said these guys
19
runs in one day, and they can't give me one. They can't give me 1 run.
And I think he had a better start than Cortez.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I mean, I think Monty was just as aggressive, and unfortunately, he gets lost. And it's just like, how can you, as a pitcher, sit there and be like, how do I get the loss when I pitched 5 really good innings? Like, it's just 1 home run that ruined his outing, and that was in the win. That was in the 4th. He gives up the home run.
He has 16 starts this year. Okay. In the past, I'm trying to see what games he won this year, but
it's only 3 of them.
Only 3 of them. 1.03 WHIP. The ERA really doesn't show how good he actually has been pitching.
I think it does. The 3. You're not happy with the 3.19? I'm ecstatic with it.
Some Yankee fans after this year and some New York fans are sticklers and saying a 3 ERA is trash, but it's okay.
What?
I'm happy with the 3.19
ERA. Anything below a 3.8, I think is really good. Like if you're pitching a 4, you're trash. But like if you're in the 3s, you're good. You're like if you're below a 3, I'd say a 3.6, you're above average.
Yeah, there are Hall of Famers with like a 3.8 ERA.
Yeah, like what are we talking about here? 3.19, that's a dream. Like I would love it if he maintained that the whole year. That's a dream come true. I think they're just spoiled the fact that we had all our boys pitching a sub 3. It's like that's not normal. That's not the average.
Do that. It's just a stretch, and we took the stretch and we ride out that stretch, and
we built up a hell of a lead in this division.
Yep. And again, I think we're past the point that if the Yankees were to go 500 for the rest of this season, we would have a winning record.
Yeah, they'd have it a way above a winning record. I think they'd still win a division if they played 500 ball right now.
And like they're saying, people are talking about like magic numbers for the Yankees after this game, and I was seeing 70. So I kind of just learned what a magic number meant. I've always seen the number. I am a baseball fan. I just never really dove into that because I only cared to just win the freaking division, and that's it. I never really cared for the wild card spot. And I think you and I both attest to that we only want the winning the division, and that's my excuse for not knowing the magic number. But
we haven't done that in a really long time.
Yeah, so don't get me
started. I don't remember the last time we've done it. Do you remember the last time we won the division?
Do you know what the last time is? You want to get on that?
I'll look it up. Yeah, it was the last time the Yankees won a division.
But the Yankees were at a 35. The Yankees are at a 70 magic number. So if the Yankees go on this season to only win 35 more games, they could possibly win if the team below them loses 35 more games. Which is pretty insane to think about with how many games the Yankees have won in the first half of the season.
That's crazy.
It is.
It didn't give me a straight answer. I'm pretty upset, actually, that they did this to me. Now I have to go look through their history.
But Murph, Yankees did not show up. They lose 2-0. We're not going to read any more stats. We finally get an off day on July 4th, so the Yankees get to go home, have a nice little barbecue in New York or wherever they're living, and prepare for Pittsburgh. And we'll get into that once you find an answer, because I cannot tackle this game alone, because I would shoot someone.
It's literally didn't give me anything worth a damn.
1 second. I will look with you.
Why didn't it just give me the date? Is it that long ago? I gotta go look through their seasons to see when's the last time they won their division. Do you see it?
List of American League pennant winners.
Oh, there you go. That's way better than what I'm looking at.
I don't want Champion League.
I'm gonna guess
2012.
I was gonna guess 11 or 9, but it doesn't tell me, so I don't know. It's literally like it only tells me the ALDS, ALCS.
Well, okay, Yankees 2011 standings. The Yankees won this. They won it 97-65. 6 games up on the Rays.
Okay, so they won it in 11. Hey, we're quick on the draw, man.
2012 we won.
We did?
I think.
I thought our record wasn't great.
No. Oh, wait. What? I'm getting lost in the sauce.
Either way, dude, it's been a while. Let's not harp on this.
The Orioles won the division in 2014.
Who's on that team that they won the division? I know Machado was probably on it. I don't know who else would have been on that team that they won a division. That must have been a very dark time in baseball.
2014
Dude,
Baltimore Orioles roster. Britton, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Nelson Cruz. Chris Bryant. No, Chris Davis.
Chris Bryant was on the Orioles. I was like, since when? I was like, whoa.
Machado, Adam Jones, J.J. Hardy, Kevin Gausman, throwback.
Gausman.
Andrew Miller.
Okay.
Scope.
Yep.
Delman Young. Matt Wieters.
Not familiar.
Steve Pierce. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's when they lost to the Blue Jays. I want to say. Okay. I don't care.
If I'm being honest, I don't either. But hey, I mean, it's been a minute since we won the division.
It's been a few years.
What a weird tangent we just went on just to drive that point home.
Yep. We haven't won the division in a while.
Yeah.
And we decided to actually talk about it.
Yep.
So sad. Well, Murph, game 1 in PNC Park. Jameson Taillon goes. I honestly thought he was going to have a breakout game here against his old team, but he goes 5 1/3, 6 innings. No, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 5 earned, 5 Ks, 2 home runs allowed. And Quintana dealt against us, 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, 7 Ks. I have nothing to say on his.
I mean, yeah, I mean the boys hit, man. I can't even they got 10 hits. Just only 2 runs. They didn't do it when runners in scoring position. 2 for 9 when runners in scoring position. Unacceptable 9 left on. 9 base runners left on. You can't do that, especially not a team like this. They're not horrible. They're not the Pirates of old where they're gonna win 37 games the whole season.
Yeah. But they're not good.
But they're still not good. They do have this dude Cruz who looks like a unit. But right now he's not hitting the greatest. He's not the most.
They're
consistent.
gassing him, and he's hitting 193.
Yeah, I mean, I would too if you had a 6'7" shortstop who could.
I would
hit the ball far. And he's is he a lefty?
Lefty too.
Yeah,
and
he's a lefty too.
He's got a lot of speed, dude.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of speed. So yeah, I guess so. I give him his flowers too. I actually hope he pans out for them. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick having another giant in the sport who's just a monster. But yeah,
he's building himself a squad, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I want their center fielder, but they're building themselves a squad. Yeah, I mean,
Sawinski. I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was. I don't know when he was. When was he drafted? He's tearing. He has 14 bombs on the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's only 23. Before random tangent, Yankees didn't show up to play, in my opinion. They showed up, but I don't think the pitching should have been able to hold it down, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Jameson was very disappointing. He gets his second loss of the year, and he now raises the ERA to a 3.63. He was below a 3 not too long ago, and it's just kind of been stumble after stumble after stumble.
He was a start away. I think his past 2 starts, he raised it to this now.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3. Yeah, for sure. It hasn't been great. Licky, he comes in, he kind of holds them, and Chapman actually gets himself a pretty clean inning. No punchies, which sucks, but whatever. I mean, clean inning nonetheless. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Glaber showed up. He goes 2 for 3 with a ribby. Carpenter 2 for 4 with a ribby. And IKF 3-hit ball game. I mean, those 3 kind of showed up. Yeah, I mean, just unfortunately not timing hits,
Yeah.
Again, when you go 2 for 9 from a scoring position, you're just not going to win this ball game.
I feel like compared to other teams, we don't cash in a ton of runs, and we leave so many guys in place. So many per game.
Yeah, I think it just boils down to consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, we just lack that consistency throughout the lineup, and you're very top heavy in the consistency, right? Like LeMahieu, Judge, Torres is building it. I mean, I'd say IKF for the most part is pretty consistent. He's not going to give you power, but he's going to slap the ball around the yard. Carpenter's been, for the most part, pretty consistent when he does get his opportunities, and I feel like the rest of the guys, like Stanton right now is not consistent, I'd say. Donaldson, very inconsistent. Trevino, not consistent. Hicks, very inconsistent. He's consistently inconsistent, that Hicks. Consistently trash, actually, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, and Gallo, non-existent.
Consistently a pile of crap.
Yeah. So when you got those type of guys in the lineup, it's tough to remain consistent with your offense. But yeah, it is what it is. They lose this game 2-5. Despite getting 10 hits, they only scored 2 runs. Pretty impressive, actually.
Very impressive. Game 2, though, standout performance from Luis Severino versus Mitch Keller. Before we get to that, before the 5th inning, the Yankee offense was kind of silent versus Mitch. So I was like, oh, shit, another game. We're going to really do this against the Pirates. But before we get to that, Severino, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 punchies. Really good start from him. Needed.
Yeah, I mean, another really good outing from him. 5th win of the year. He's now pitching to a 3.11. Really good stuff. He's starting to put up some consistent, shutout ball games or really low scoring ball games, and that's what you love to see out of him. And the rest of the bullpen kind of follows suit. Wandy comes in, shuts out. Chapman comes in, shut piece. He gets a K. First K back since the IL stint. and Abreu comes in and slams the door.
He's
Now,
looking good.
Yeah, Abreu's looking really good. I guess you wouldn't say slam the door on this one because this was an absolute ass beating.
Tying the bow.
Yeah, tying the bow is definitely the way to go. The boys just everyone gets a hit. That's all you got to know. Everyone gets a hit. Everyone bats like 5-6 times.
Judge
LeMahieu,
slam.
yeah, Judge grand slam, Hicks grand slam from the righty side. And Carpenter playing a right field. Like to see it, man. He's starting to be like, yo, you don't want to play right. I'm gonna take your spot, Gallo. I'm gonna take your spot, Hicks. Like, I'm a lefty. They love lefties, and I can play right field. And
He's hitting 300, man.
Yeah, hit 300. Still gets to hit this game, but they replace him obviously to go with Hicks, get him some playing time, and Hicks goes 2 for 2 with a grand slam of his own. I love when people love to come up with the most obscure history records, like first time in MLB history that two players with the same first name have hit a grand slam. It's like, I guess that's cool, but like, what are we doing?
I like a win more.
Yeah.
16 runs.
Got
a hit, though.
Everyone got a hit. That's the most important part. LeMahieu 3 hits. Judgy 3 hits. Grand slam, like you said. Gonzalez gets a hit. Pinch hits for Judgy. Carpenter gets a hit. Hicks goes 2 for 2. Stan goes 1 for 5. Torres 2 for 4. Donaldson 2 for 5.
2 RBIs.
2 RBIs. Gallo 1 for 4. 2 RBIs. 3 home run piece from him.
Long home run too.
Long home run. IKF 4 for 6, man. 3 runs. And then Kyle Higashioka 2 for 5. He hit home run? He did, right? Yeah.
Off position player.
All right, you didn't have to add that part, man. I mean, like Hicks's grand slam was off a position player. When I didn't mention that,
but
I let him have his flowers.
I don't want Hicks getting gassed. All right,
I don't want it either. But at this point, unfortunately, we're not replacing both Hicks and Gallo. That's the cold-hearted truth, right? It's one or the other.
You're right.
So I'd rather one of them succeed than neither. I'd rather it be Gallo 100%.
Yeah.
And I think Gallo would rather it be Gallo, but it's not.
It's not. I gotta ask you here.
Mm-hmm.
Here and now about IKF. Are you okay with him hitting 270, 275, higher 270s, and playing defense the way he's playing defense for the rest of the season in shortstop? Are you okay with it? Are you like, come September, I want to see Oswaldo Peraza call up to see what he's got and let his at-bats split between him and Falefa? Again, probably is not going to happen. But are you okay with Falefa for now? In a perfect world, are you okay with it?
No. I mean, dude, like, this is the problem. I actually really like his approach at the plate. Like, yes, he's not hitting home runs, but I don't need him to.
Mm-hmm.
He's exactly like an Ichiro in my mind, where he's just going to slap the ball around. Or a Brett Gardner without the power, just smacking the ball around the yard. That's all I want. Yep. I just need a guy who's going to consistently put the ball in play, give me singles, doubles. That's all I need. I don't need anything else from IKF in terms of offense. Now, in terms of defense, I need the consistency, because it's just like one day he'll make a phenomenal play and you go like, that's the guy I wanted. That's the reason we got him, right? It's because he could do that and Gleyber could never. But then he bobbles the ball and then you go, well, Gleyber could have done that. I mean, why not just leave Gleyber at short if this is the type of defense I'm getting from this schmuck, right?
Yeah.
So he should be leading the league in errors. Someone out there is looking out for this guy.
He should have 20 errors this season, and he has 9.
Yeah, and that's probably no exaggeration. That's just the crazy part. That's probably no exaggeration. He should definitely have at least anywhere from 15 to 20 errors, and someone's looking out for him. And I don't know why, but maybe he's paying him, or the Yankees, maybe the front office is like, let's do away with some of these errors.
Just
I don't
sweep it
know.
under the rug.
I don't know, man. But yeah, if you're telling me that I can call up Peraza, the Yankees number 2 guy, and he can come up and he can put up 276 with a little bit more pop and play even better defense, I'm taking that 9 times out of 10. I think the Yankees are. I would not be surprised to still see Peraza come, maybe after the All-Star break, come and get an opportunity to play shortstop. And yeah, so I would not be surprised at all to see that happen. Now, that's going to take some moves, and I don't know what those moves might look like, but we'll see. I mean, if he can come and be my starting shortstop, I'd much rather have that. And live up to the hype, of course. If he doesn't live up to the hype, then just give it back to IKF, whatever.
I just need him. I need Peraza to hit, if he's going to come up, 275 and clean defense to start this year.
If he can give me lockdown defense, I'll let him hit 250.
Yeah.
He hit 250, and if he can give me a little bit more pop than IKF, I'll take that too.
Oh, yeah. But we're speaking of needing help. We are in July, Murph. We have guys that we want to get rid of, guys that we want to trade for. We need an outfielder. We may be finding that in Matt Carpenter, but how reliable are you going to be with throwing a 36-year-old out there in right field who's not notorious for playing outfield, more third base and infield? So who are you looking for the Yankees to go grab besides the basic guys that we've talked about, Andrew Benintendi? There's a few other guys out there that I've seen pop up besides also Brian Reynolds. Okay.
I've seen a few names. One of the names that is like high on my want list, probably superseding that of Brian Reynolds at this point, is Ian Happ of the Chicago Cubs, left fielder, lefty. Think batting 280s, 270s.
I'm on it right now.
He's batting pretty well. I think he's got
279.
279?
Yep. 831 OPS.
How many bops?
8 bops, 38 RBIs, 6 stolen bases.
And he's a really solid defender out there in left. I mean, this guy, why not take a shot at this guy? He's under team control, which I think is also very important. He's under team control through, I think, 2023 as well, which is important because we are going to lose. Yep. It's important because we're going to lose Gallo in free agency. So we need a replacement. Ian Happ's young, play left. He's hitting really well right now.
He's a bopper,
really like him. I like him a lot, and I would love it if the Yankees took a flyer out on him and added him into the mix. And maybe they can go out and get a reliever from them as well. Maybe a David Robertson, who also is having a very phenomenal year. Reunion with him would be awesome. He could definitely kind of close the gap, be like Combs, King, Chapman, Robertson, eventually
Britton.
Yeah. That's a mean back end of the bullpen.
And again, Robertson's no scared man from the spotlight. I couldn't find the word, but he loves the spotlight. He loves loading the bases as a Yankee, but he always got out of it. And again, he had seasons where he was like 30, 40 plus save seasons. He's really good.
He's a really good addition.
Very good for the Yankees.
Or would be.
Would be.
Yeah, would be.
Back to Ian Happ. He's good for about 15 to 25 bops a year. Last year he had 25 bops. Low RBI, but I expect that if he's going to be batting in the 2-hole or in the bottom of the batting order, wherever he's going to be, if we can put him in the bottom of the lineup and we have the big guys just get on base, production.
He'd really space out this lineup for us. I imagine him and IKF hitting at the bottom of the lineup, you kind of get a little bit more production, a little bit more consistency. Mm-hmm. And he could even mess around and hit up in the lineup too. Days where like Rizzo, like right now, Rizzo can't play. You can throw him in there at the 3 spot. He'd probably produce, throw him up there in the 5 spot. He'd produce. So, and he's just another lefty who could break up some of these righty boppers and give you consistency that you need. Mm-hmm. Another name, I've heard the name Anthony Santander thrown around. I personally don't think I want Anthony Santander in any way, shape, or form. I don't think he does anything for me. He's hitting, I think, 240 something.
Give me 1 second.
Another lefty.
Thing is, we could get him for cheaper than whatchamacallit, than Ian Happ. But I think I would rather pay a little bit more for Happ than him. Both 27, both switch hitters, both can play the outfield. OPS is lower, though, about 100 points, almost 100 points.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need a dark hole.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he moves the needle for me. Yeah, he just doesn't do it for me, if we're being honest. He just doesn't. There's nothing there that makes me think he can be a plus asset to this team. Another name I've heard thrown around is David Peralta, excuse me, from the Diamondbacks. Another lefty, bit of a vet. He's been in the league for a while. He's got 11 home runs. He's got a 123 OPS plus, which is pretty good.
He's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog, man. I mean, again, this is a guy who's like fourth on my list. Like, if I'm rating them right now, it'd probably go. I think Brian Reynolds is one.
Yes,
because I think he's everything we need. He's switch hitter, play center, can play left, can play right. He can play all over the outfield. Switch hitter, lead off.
And if there's anywhere I want our prospects to succeed, it's Pittsburgh.
That's you. That's you.
What?
Is that your personal Pittsburgh? Yes.
If I want one team in the major leagues to get better, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's fair.
They've had way too. I mean, they had the wild card appearance, but they weren't even good enough for that wild card appearance. The NL Central was just so bad that year that they were just that next team in.
Yeah.
So why, if we're gonna trade Matt, if we're gonna get rid of our guys, send him to the Pirates for Brian Reynolds, because Reynolds is nasty, dude.
Yeah, and Brian Reynolds will cost a bit. I'm imagining at least 2 top 100 prospects. So you would imagine probably like a guy like Peraza and a guy like maybe Wells, maybe Ken Waldichuk.
I'm cool with losing Waldichuk. We're gonna be quite honest.
I would too, because again, this is like just based on how they've treated pitching prospects in the past. They don't
get him.
They don't get a fair shot, if we're being honest. They get like the 2 or 3 starts a season, and then it's like, all right, thanks. And then they send them down and they rot in AAA. And then they get another call up and it's a disaster.
We saw Heel, we saw Clark, we saw Debbie. Like, either call him up now and like put him in a Sears role kind of thing, or get rid of him, because I don't want his talent to be wasted.
I think he's a really good pitcher too. That's the thing that hurts the most. I think I really do think he's very good. And he's a guy I've been tracking for like 2 years now. Like, just like the numbers he was putting up 2 years ago was ridiculous. Like, I think he was racking up some ridiculous, like 14, 15 Ks in an outing. Like, unbelievable stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I'd imagine it's going to cost something like that. Like, either a Peraza, a Ken, or a Wells. They might ask for Dominguez. I don't think the Yankees want to give up Dominguez or Volpe. I think they love those two more.
I think those guys, you would need to be giving up a lot for those two. Just because Dominguez,
those two would be in a Juan Soto trade, and that's pretty much it. Realistically, Juan Soto, by the way, the reason why we're not mentioning him is because he's not an option. Let's just be honest here. Yankees are not going to do it. It costs way too much, and
we also want to go sign Judge next year.
Yeah, I mean, now Juan Soto's under team control through 2025, I think, something like that. So you don't necessarily have to sign him right away, but essentially you'd be trading top prospects for a guy you're only holding on to for like 2.5 years, and like, why would you do that?
A future switch hitting outfielder, or Juan Soto, if he continues in the pace, Hall of Fame kind of caliber player, Acuna type of player. I want Dominguez on this team. I'd say latest earliest 2020, end of 2023.
So realistically, 2024 probably, because
2024?
they don't do that stuff. They don't bring guys up.
Yeah.
If they do, they never play. They normally just sit there on the bench and kind of watch and cheer. Like,
What is he? He's what, like 20 years old?
I think he's still 19. He's born 03.
No way.
Yeah, something like that. I think he's still 19. He might be 20. It could be faded.
That's pretty awesome.
So he's still a young buck.
He is a young buck indeed. But again, if we do end up getting like a David Peralta, I would not be mad.
No, because he's also he's a grinder, man. He's a dog. He's gonna go do a job. He's a really good defender, play left field, and again, switch hitter. Just what the Yankees need. They need a guy who they can stick in against righties and lefties and actually perform. So, yeah, I mean, and then like I just looked on Bleacher Report, they throw in another two names: Romano Laureano from the A's, or Ramon Laureano from the A's. Doesn't do anything for me. And then Tyler Naquin from the Reds. Another name doesn't do anything for me. So yeah, if I'm ranking the boys in terms of who I want and who I think is going to make the most impact, Brian Reynolds, Ian Happ, then Benintendi, then David, and then after that, who cares? Like,
yeah, I would put Benintendi and Reynolds almost on the same plane, just not this a little bit below, you know, just for this year at least, just for this year. Reynolds long term, Benintendi this year.
And then out of the three, I think Benintendi would probably be the cheapest because he's a rental, and it's not like he's putting outrageous numbers out there, but he is solid nonetheless. So yeah,
he is. He'll be off the team come end of the year.
Yeah, he's not. He could be an extension guy, but only if it'd be like a team friendly deal. It wouldn't be anything crazy.
Yeah. Well, the Yankees do.
Demolish.
16-0. Do more than win. They compensate for their two losses.
They split the series.
As of now, it is top 9 in the Red Sox series. We'll go over that next time. But wait, no, did they just win?
No, they're away.
They are away. I'm shot. As of now, 6-5 Yankees. But the Yankees sit at 59 wins. Most in the AL. Pretty awesome to see.
Pretty awesome, especially with how competitive the AL has been.
We have a lot of complaints, but I'm happy. I am happy thus far.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you best record in the league by far. Like, you're way far above 500. You're way far above in the division, especially if they can handle business right now and close out this game. You know, the closer, the automatic guy himself coming in. Knock on wood for him. Handle business. There you go.
I missed the first point.
Yep. I mean, hey, as long as they can take care of business against the Red Sox, this is the first time they are in Fenway this season, which is really crazy to me that it's been this long and they haven't been to Fenway. But if they can handle business, you know, is it a 4-game or 3?
1, 2, 4-game.
4-game.
You have Cortez, Montgomery, Tyone.
I think they can win the series. I would really like a series win here. I'll settle for a split, though. Very dangerous hitting Red Sox team. As we saw tonight, Devers doing all the damage in the world against our ace. He owns our ace, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully the boys can do a job. Take care of business tonight. Take care of business in this series.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Again, Murph, thank you for joining me on this one. Hopefully today I will get this one right. But thank you all for joining us. If you like the podcast, episode, live stream, whatever you want to call it, leave a like, subscribe, help Murph out, put a smile on his face if you subscribe right now. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully, we will see you all